Morning class. So in the previous lecture I have been sent you the link of the introduction to the biofertilizers. So today we are starting with that one. The biofertilizers are also known as microbial inoculants. Biofertilizer are also known as microbial inoculant. And then what is the need of this biofertilizer or microbial inoculant? In today's day-to-day world, what is going on? There is increasing the pollution, and due to what? The modern agricultural technique, which is already totally dependent upon the chemical fertilizer, and if we are using the overuse of chemical fertilizer, and the chemical fertilizer contain the coal, petroleum, these types of products, and due to which what happens, pollution occurs, and hence as an answer to this chemical fertilizer, biofertilizer is one of the option which is environmental friendly, eco-friendly, and which is used mostly in many countries. Then biofertilizer. So now first we will see the definition of biofertilizer. Biofertilizer can be defined as live microbial preparation. Biofertilizer means what? The name only suggests use of microorganism as a fertilizer is known as biofertilizer, right? And hence it is defined as a live microbial preparation when applied to seed, roots or soil. We are going to apply this biofertilizer into the seed, root or soil. The microbial population will colonize the rhizosphere. Rhizosphere means what? The area which is surrounded to the root, and the soil which is surrounded to the root, and the root is known as a rhizosphere, or in the interior of the plant, and promotes growth by increasing the availability of primary nutrients and or by releasing growth promoting substances is known as biofertilizer. Microbial inoculation or preparations when applied to seed, soil, root, it will colonize at a root's rhizosphere either internally or externally, and that will promote the growth of the plant and will release primary nutrients and other growth promoting substances. In very simpler words, the biofertilizer are the organism that enrich the nutrient quality of the soil. It includes what type of microorganism? It comprises with organism which include mycorrhizal fungi. Already we have discussed what is meant by mycorrhizal fungi. Cyanobacteria, it is also known as blue-green algae, and other bacteria. Means this type of the microorganism are used to prepare the biofertilizer. Now first we will see disadvantage of chemical fertilizer. What are the disadvantages of chemical fertilizer when they are applied to the soil? First one, they utilize petroleum. For example, nitrogenous fertilizer. Which are the nitrogenous fertilizer? Whichever they are made, they uses the petroleum to produce, and due to which what happens, pollution of the soil increases. Second one, these chemical fertilizers are very costly, which are not affordable by the common man for day to day and for continuous use. Third one, they are short in supply, and last one, can cause pollution in the environment. For an example, live example was seen in Punjab. 10% of groundwater samples in Punjab contain more NO3 than that maximum permissible limit prescribed by World Health Organization. World Health Organization ने जे काही लिमिटेशन घालून दिलेले आहेत, किती % NO3 ग्राउंड लेवलमध्ये पाहिजे, त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त 10% कशामध्ये आढळून आलेत, ग्राउंड लेवलमध्ये आढळून आलेत, कुठे, पंजाबमध्ये. दिस वर ऑल अबाउट द डिसएडवांटेजेस ऑफ केमिकल फर्टिलायझर्स. नाउ टुवर्ड्स द ॲडव्हांटेजेस ऑफ बायोफर्टिलायझर्स ऑफ मायक्रोबियल इनॉक्युलंट्स. इट इज कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव्ह, स्वस्त आहे, परवडणार आहे. सेकंड वन, ॲड न्यूट्रिएंट्स टू सॉइल and make nutrient available to crops. It directly adds the nutrient to soil as it adds nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium to soil, and it is easily made available for crop uptake also. Third, compatible with long term sustainability. कम्पॅटेबल आहे आणि जास्त काळसुद्धा सॉईलमध्ये राहू शकतं. बिकॉज ऑर्गॅनिझम्स आपण काय अप्लाय करतो बायो फर्टिलायझर म्हणजे मायक्रोबियल इनॉक्युलंट. मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझम काय होणार नाही आहेत, ते लगेच काय होणार नाहीत, डेड होणार नाही आहेत. दे विल रेप्लिकेट, दे विल increase their population and can live for a longer period, hence they are sustainable. Fourth one, do not require non-renewable source of energy for their production. Non-renewable source of energy म्हणजे कुठलेही पेट्रोलियम टाईपचे काय लागणार आहेत थिंग्स त्याच्यामध्ये लागणार नाही आहेत. फिफ्थ वन, दे आर इको फ्रेंडली अँड पोज नो डेंजर टू द एन्व्हायरमेंट. ॲज दे आर इको फ्रेंडली दे कॅन डोंट कॉज एनी हार्म टू द एन्व्हायरमेंट. Sixth one, supplement of fertilizer and can replace chemical nitrogen and phosphorus by 25%. जे काही आपण केमिकल थ्रू नायट्रोजन आणि केमिकल ॲड करतो त्याच्यापेक्षा 25% काय करतं, हे रिप्लेस करतं त्याच्यामध्ये सॉईलमध्ये. सेवन्थ वन, इन्क्रीज द क्रॉप यील्ड ॲट अ पर्सेंटेज ऑफ 20 to 30%. इट कॅन ऑल्सो रिस्टोर नॅचरल सॉईल फर्टिलिटी. जी काही सॉईलची फर्टिलिटी नॅचरली आहे ती काय होते, रिस्टोर होते. Ninth one, provides protection against drought and some soil diseases. ड्राऊट म्हणजे जे काही पाणी कमी पडल्यानंतर ड्राऊटची कंडिशन निर्माण होते त्याच्यापासून पण आपले बायो फर्टिलायझर काय करतात, प्रोटेक्शन देतात आणि प्लांटचे जे काही सॉईलचे डिसीजेस आहेत ते पण काय करतात, कमी व्हायला हेल्प करतात. अँड 10th वन, इम्प्रूव्ह सॉईल स्ट्रक्चर, that is porosity and water holding capacity also. As we apply the microorganism to the soil, water holding capacity of soil also increases and the porosity between the two soil particles also increases. Now towards this biofertilizer or microbial inoculant also has some of the disadvantages, and towards that disadvantages of microbial inoculants. First one, they do not produce quick and spectacular responses. As our organism take a longer time to grow and show its effect to the soil, it takes a long time and hence do not produce quick action. And second one, shortage difficulty. As organism takes 8 days to grow into the lab, after the total growth we are going to produce the biofertilizer from that specific organism, and hence it will take very much time to grow and fastly it will sold out, and hence shortage also will be occurred. Now there are many types of microbial inoculants. Mainly there are two types of biofertilizer based on element involved. Elementच्या बेसिसवर दोन आहेत, for nitrogen and for phosphorus. Now for nitrogen purpose, which type of microorganism which we can use? For example, rhizobium, it is a type of organism which fixes the nitrogen. Rhizobium frankia for leguminous plant. Leguminous plant साठी दोन species, rhizobium and frankia we can use. Azotobacter or azospirillum for non-leguminous crop. Non-leguminous crop साठी azotobacter आणि azospirillum. Then next one, ॲसिटोबॅक्टर फॉर शुगरकेन ओनली. शुगरकेनमध्ये नायट्रोजन फिक्स करायचं असेल तर कुठली स्पेसिस वापरली पाहिजे, ॲसिटोबॅक्टरचं बायोफर्टिलायझर. अँड लास्टली ब्लू ग्रीन अल्गी, दॅट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज BGA, अँड ॲझोला फॉर लो लँड पॅडी सॉईलमध्ये आपण हे वापरू शकतो. बट दे आय हॅव गिवन 4 टाईप्स ऑफ ऑर्गॅनिझम or 4 types of biofertilizer here. Into your syllabus we are going to study only 3 types: Rhizobium, Azotobacter and Azospirillum. Now based on the elemental, next one for phosphorus. For phosphorus, the microorganisms which can be used are Bacillus, Pseudomonas and Aspergillus species. Now rather than this, based on vascular mycorrhiza, this is the association of mycorrhiza. Based on association, there are 3 types of biofertilizer group. First one free living, second one associative, and third one symbiotic. Free living means they do not depend upon any other species, they are independable, like Azotobacter, blue green algae, phosphate solubilizing microorganism. Associative means it needs the help of other microorganism to fix a specific type of element to the plant, and the example of that is Azospirillum. Third one is symbiotic, means This in this the organism fixes one type of growth factor or one type of element to the plant, and it takes the other nutrient from the plant, and it includes rhizobial species for leguminous plant, Frankia for woody plant, blue-green algae for fern, and fungi for plant root. That is also known as mycorrhiza. Fungi which is grown at the plant root, already studied, it is known as a mycorrhizal association. Next and last, based on the type of microorganism, there are 4 types of inoculant. Based on type of microorganism is which are the type of microorganism? There may be bacteria, they may be fungi, they may be protozoa. Depending upon this, first one is bacterial inoculant. In the bacteria comes Azotobacter, Rhizobium, Azospirillum and phosphate bacteria. Second one, actinomycetal inoculants, it includes the Frankia species. Third one, fungal inoculant, it includes mycorrhizal species. And last one, algal inoculant, it includes blue-green algae and azolla species. Here is the end of today's lecture. This was all about the introduction of biofertilizers and the various types based on the organism, based on the elements present on that, what are the advantages, disadvantages, etc. From the next lecture, we are going to start in detail production of each of the biofertilizer. Before starting to that one, I am going to tell in today's lecture only, each and every biofertilizer production, it involves various steps. For example, introduction. Now, which type of microorganism we are going to use in the production, that type of microorganism introduction. For example, if you are going to use rhizobium, then we are going to introduce the rhizobium. It is gram negative, it is free living or what, that all comes under the introduction. Second one, isolation. How we are going to, or from which substance, from soil, from roots, from where we are going to isolate, that comes under the, that is second point is isolation. Third is identification and confirmation of the species. Fourth one, preparation of seed culture. Next one will be mass production. Next will be carrier media. Next will be stabilization. Next will be packing, labeling and storage of specific biofertilizer. Next will be quality control, and next will be media methods of inoculation or methods of application to the soil. In these steps, we are going to see in detail the production of various types of biofertilizers. We will study in the next lecture. Thank you.